Okay, let's start now. A warm welcome to our masters, Brother Joe Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Today, I would like to share this short accepted master's speech. Be open-minded to cultivate wisdom. Ciji is reaching 60 years and still the learning continues. Through the international humanitarian aid, we see that the world has many disasters and there is conflict between countries, resulting in numerous natural and man-made disasters. We should constantly remain open-minded and cultivate our wisdom with loving kindness. Looking at all the disasters and suffering in this world, we should use our abilities and love to save all the sentient beings. Ka'an to Masters Ching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sahara land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disaster in the world. Let us pray together for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body and enlightened mind and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Zhen Yan by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved abode masters who could join us today. Okay, today we have many sharers. There are 3 sections. First, Brother Joe will be sharing on the Dharma insights, followed by Singapore team, Sister Susan and Sister Yanti, sharing on the collaborative partnerships, and followed by the UK CC team, Sister Avaley, Sister Ling, and Sister Su Ching, sharing on the enduring love through trials. Okay, before that, let us invite Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary. Karen, Sister Su Ching, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sister Lily. I don't know why my camera is not working, but never mind. I can still share right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So last week, Brother Huang spoke. Precepts guide us from doing what's wrong. Unknowingly, we could cause harm all along. With mindful steps, we steer clear of strife, choosing a path that enriches our life. Brother Joe's father once was vegetarian a part-time way, but his full-time practice showed him the day. We don't cut ties with what holds us tight, but coexist, bringing peace to our night. Dharma's our net as we walk life's rope, a port for our ships when we need hope. Attachments are strings we learn to live by, not cut them off, just let them pass by. Master cares not for worldly praise, but for the good in attention Ziji's actions can raise. Precepts, samadhi, and wisdom in hand, we find peace, letting go where we stand. And I also spoke last week, and the title was Alive with Books. My love for books began when I was small. Reading in libraries was my Saturday's call. It was in 2020 that I saw many books thrown away. A bookshop in Ampang gave 800 books one day. I dreamed of an online library to share. I dreamed of selling books for charity, spreading Ziji's care. I have raised 13,000, a cause that feels right. Post-pandemic, schools needed books in sight. I went to Harmony School that had no library at all. A few friends got a library system, laptops and books to fill the hall. Projects grew fast with kids learning the way. A trip to Ziji's book garden was a win-win that day. In The Alchemist, it is said, the universe conspires. However, the magic is in the action, fulfilling desires. The brain's a muscle, it must be nurtured. With books, our vision are endlessly captured. And with Brother David Liu, we had 3 questions. The first question was, as lay practitioners, our paths are unclear, balancing life's duties with values held dear. Sacrifice, they say, must be thorough and true, but how to achieve it, I seek guidance from you. That was that, Brother David. The answer is, lay practitioners balance their time with care, unlike the masters in the abode, with full lives to share. Master Cheng Yen values our effort as we are doing our best. With vows and goals, we rise to the test. In question 2, volunteers with mental struggles may cause some strain. We understand within, but others feel the pain. Balancing care with public needs is key, guiding with kindness while maintaining harmony. And the answer from Brother David is, a heart to serve should not be turned away, but guide them closely day by day. With this mindset, we find joy anew, learning together with happiness in view. For question 3 that was posed, it says, Master speaks of ending worldly ties we hold, yet vows to return with compassion bold. Is there a contradiction in what we strive, or is it wisdom that keeps vows alive? The answer from Brother David Liu is, reincarnation by vow is a path we choose. Karma binds those with no vows to use. Say prayers while alive, don't wait till the end. Your actions now are what truly transcends. Okay, cảm ơn for listening. That's all I have. I'll stop share and allow Brother Chin to introduce Brother Joe as the next speaker.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Firstly, let me apologize that I'm traveling and I'm not on my searchy uniform. So this morning we have 3 sessions. Firstly, we begin with Brother Joe. We welcome Brother Joe back to share the Dharma insights. And that will be followed by 2 other sessions. And so, Brother Joe, the platform is all yours.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Brother Chin. Good morning, everybody. It's always nice to hear the recap from Sister Su Ching. Thank you very much. And once again, welcome back to this platform and welcome everybody. I've always said, and I've always believed that I think it is very important to show the appreciation for everyone's diligence. I think even though it is necessary, the diligence and the fact that we are continuing and striving to listen to Master's teachings and also sharing our life stories to, in terms of the growth of our wisdom and the advance and the progress that we've made on this Bodhisattva path. Yet, I think it is more important that we show each other the appreciation, the adequate appreciation and encouragement that it is the right path, and we're thankful that you are part of this path. We are thankful that you are part of this group to be ever so diligent to continue this progress, because on this progress, on this path, it is usually very difficult to do this alone. I mean, for myself, it's important for me that I'm sharing what I'm thinking, and I'm sharing my thought, and also I'm sharing my thoughts about Master's teaching. But it's even more so important that I have somebody to share too. I mean, if I didn't have all of you being diligent, then who would I be sharing to? So I appreciate and I'm thankful and grateful for everyone that's on this platform for your strongest support. And I think that's a very crucial part to my participation in this. Without your participation, it is not, there isn't a lot of chance. I would say it is very low chance that I would get a chance to be able to practice my English and also refining the things that I've said or the things that Master have said. And then we're trying to get deeper into what it means. And so I appreciate that. And I think not enough thanks go around to all of you who diligently try to come in to participate in these events and in this sharing. So I thank you. And I thank the organizers for making these things happen. Okay, so let's move on to what we've prepared today. So essentially, we're continuing the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. Last time we talked about, as Sister Su Ching helped us remember, last time we talked about the precepts and samadhi, and it helped us prevent for us to do something unknowingly. I think there are 2 types of regret, right? One type is you did something and that causes something bad, but you didn't even know that you did it, right? Oh no, I did this. And the other thing is you knowingly did them and it causes something bad. So for the 2 things, they're not good. Neither of them are good. But we don't want to sort of be accidentally making mistakes, and I think the more important thing is for us to really understand how do we prevent that. So being mindful is the key, is the answer but precepts allowed us to stop it at its root, so that we don't start off the wrong foot. So the second thing is the still minds and peaceful no delusion, and it stems from the sutra that says, with meditative and still minds, they remain constantly in samadhi. So I mentioned that I put a line there because I think for the first half, 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3 that you see on the screen right now. For 1, 2, and the first half of 3, it's actually all what you do. These are the work that you put in. And then the second half of 3, and then 4 and 5 is precisely what you get from doing the first half. So there is a very clear path of causation. There's very clear path of cause and effect. You do these, you follow the precepts, you make sure that you have the meditative minds reaching this peacefulness in your mind. Because you have precepts, you're able to reach that state easier. And when you making your vast vows unwavering, then you're going to get all these things towards the end. Okay, so with meditative and still minds, you're able to be constantly in samadhi, peaceful and content, and contriving, free from all desires. And this is what we talked about last week. Okay, so their minds are not stirred. And what does that mean? It means that their focus, it's laser sharp. Their focus is only to be thinking about saving and transforming the sentient beings. And what that means is that while there are many things there are many things that's bothering us, right? The weather is too hot. I might be thirsty. I might be hungry. I might be tired. I might want to rest. I might want to go out and hang out with my friends. There are many things that's always attached to us. And while these are all very important, but what these sages or what these bodhisattvas are saying is that if you have the very crystal clear target, laser sharp focus, then you will only be thinking about what I can do to save and transform the sentient beings. And what that means is that all the other things seem secondary. And that is very difficult, right? That is very difficult. Yet what Master is teaching us is that it's actually not that hard. Imagine this. How can you keep a laser sharp focus on the people that need you to save? How do you do that? And Master told us the very first thing to do, the very, very first thing that we can do to gain what these bodhisattvas and also these sages, these saints of the past, what they've done, to be like them, what we do to be like them, is number one, to stay informed, to know what's going on in this world. That's the very first thing you've got to do. To know that even though we're having a good life, even though our life might not be 100% smooth, but we are leading an okay life, right? We are getting, we're not going hungry. Our kids are not going hungry. Our kids are going to school. They're getting education. They're getting shelter and clothes. They're getting what they deserve, what they need to grow up, to be successful, to be an upright person, human being in the society, right? We are having a good life. That is a good life. Even though there might be challenges along the way, there might be difficulties around the corner, but we are doing okay. And it's so easy to just miss that majority of the people on this planet are not doing okay. And Master told us that the very first thing, the foremost in trying to become like the bodhisattvas in this world is to be informed, is to understand the things around the world that is happening, even though we're doing okay, but the majority of the people in this world are not. And do we even know what is happening to the majority of the people? No, we don't. So we try to be informed, continue to stay updated to what is going on today around the world. Even though you might be thinking, they're so far away, it's not like I can do anything. That might be true. You are far away, and even if you want to do something, it might not be enough. That might be true. But it's important to know that this is happening, right? To know that this is happening is the number one step. And what is number two step? Number two step is to know what other people are doing when they find out that these things are happening, right? So the first thing is to stay informed of the things that's happening in the world. The second step is to know what other people are doing about these things that's happening in the world. And then the third, you just have to make up for your mind. Do you want to do what they're doing? And Master told us that you don't have to be the rich person in the world, the richest person, or just being rich. You don't have to be. All you have to do is to have this compassion. You don't have to give over what you can give. You can just give responsibly. You can just give with your own joy. And you can also give of yourself in terms of your life, in terms of time, in terms of resources. That's all you get. That's what you can do, right? Or you can just be like me, where you are spreading this information. You are telling more people about this, and you're trying to stay focused on these things. And so when you have all these three things achieved, or when you have done these three things, then you can slowly gain that laser focus to resolve yourself to saving and transforming sentient beings. You are slowly gaining on the path where your minds are not stirred by worldly fame, fortune, or status, because you are now thinking about those people that are hurt, those people that are in need. And you're thinking about what other people are doing for them. And then you're thinking about, well, then what am I going to do? Now that I know that they need help, now that I know that there's a group of people already helping them, I still need more. What else can I do? Okay, so that is very important things. The reason why we're reading these segments in the sutra is so that we get to see the process of these bodhisattvas, these sages or saints of the past, how they become who they are, how they get to where they are. And these are the steps. And Master breaks it down even further, makes it even easier for all of us by saying, they're telling you that you need to be focused on helping the sentient beings. You're focused on helping the living beings. But let me tell you how to stay focused. Let me teach you how to stay focused, right? It's hard. It's hard for us to lose things, okay? It's hard for us to lose things. Imagine, it's hard for us to focus on losing weight. It's easier for us to like the sport. It's easier for us to like the exercise, to like the company that we have when we go exercising together. And the result of that is losing weight. So it's hard to try to shake off these afflictions. So all these things that we're learning here in Buddhism are telling us that we don't want these worldly fame, fortune, status, these, desires, these greed, these anger. We don't want these things. And delusions. We don't want these things. But the way to get rid of them isn't just to try to chop it off. The way to get rid of them is trying to maximize our focus or optimize our focus on saving the people that need to be saved, on helping the sentient beings that are in need of help. That's Tzu Chi's way. That is Master Cheng Yen's way to get us to be focused on the things that need to be done, so that we're slowly losing, without us knowing, we're losing and shedding off all these poisons, all these bad things that are around us. When you're focused on the good things, the negative and the bad things slowly fade away naturally. You don't have to try to think about, how do I deal with all the negative things? Well, that is not until much later in the stages, okay? But right now, for us, for most of us entry levels, that's the things we want. You know, when you head out to international disaster relief, right? When our team goes to Nepal, goes to India, I remember Sister Su Ching came back to Taiwan and share with the way that they are, you know, trying to map out all the street numbers one by one. I remember their team sharing that story, and I was so inspired. And I'm sure the moment that they were there and they were trying to solve the problem of, how do you know who lives where, and how do you know if somebody already gotten, you know, the assistance and etc. You need to have these sheets, you need to have the vouchers. How do you know who to give them to if there's no address that we can properly rely on, you know, name and address, right? So how do you know? Well, they went out, they set out to find and document and map out the entire community, obviously with the help of local volunteers. But when they were doing this, they're not thinking about worldly fame. They're not thinking about fortune. They're not thinking about status. They're not having desires of their own. Yeah, the desire trying to help people. So their focus is laser sharp to try to save people, to try to help people, to try to get this thing done. Okay, so once again, I think all of these things, the Sutra of Infinite Meanings is really, really letting us know that there are, yes, indeed, infinite number of roads that you can take to reach the objective. But I'm telling you that there's one path that many, many people have gone through. There are many, many paths. There are infinite number of paths. But there's one path that many people, many bodhisattvas has gone through. And I'm going to show you what this is. And I'm going to tell you what they did. This is, you can choose at your own free will if you want to follow. But I'm telling you, this is what most people did. You don't have to follow. You can try to create a new path. But you might be encountering different difficulties that you might not be able to resolve. But we're sharing with you how they did it. And this is how, right? So that was what we talked about last week. Okay, so we took another long time to talk about what we talked about last week. And that's the truth, because we wanted to make sure that everybody's up to speed about this very important part. These parts are not just talking about, okay? They are not just beautiful poetic passages that you can quote, that you can just quote so that you feel that you have the superior command of the sutra. It's not about that. It's about showing you the path of the past people, the past bodhisattvas who had succeeded, showing you the clear path that you could actually take. And then through sharing, we get to understand how their path is transformed into my path, the path where I can walk as a father, as a husband, as a son, as a volunteer, how I can do that in my life. So 3 things to do, right? 3 things. Number 1, to be informed, right? Informed. How do you stay laser sharp? How do you remember? How do you to be free of all the other things while focused, resolved to try to help and save the sentient beings? How do you do that? Well, number 1, you have to be informed. You have got to know what's going on around you, the disasters around you, all the sufferings around you, right? That is exactly the very first thing that allowed the Buddha to reach enlightenment. He saw suffering. Life is suffering, right? He saw this. Number 2, so number 1 is to be informed. Number 2 is still to be informed. Informed of the people, of the other people who are doing something about the things that's happening. right? The first thing you stay informed. Now you know there's a hurricane. Now you know there's a fire. Now the second thing is you don't even have to take action yet, just to know what other people are doing. That's why you come on to listen to all the sharings, right? Oh, so there's a fire here, there's a flood there. And what are they doing? Oh my goodness, this is what they're doing. Number 3, make a choice of yourself. Do you want to do something, or do you want to just remain where you are? And that's something doesn't even have to be, donating a lot of money. Doesn't even have to be that. It's just that paying attention, even praying for them, right? A moment ago, before Sister Su Ching came up to share her poems or poetry about the past week, we were praying. Add that to our prayers, right? Everyday prayer to show that even though I cannot be there with you, I am here with you, right? So those are the 3 things, right? So now we're moving on to the next part, right? So what did these Bodhisattva, these great people, the great followers, the great disciples of the Buddha, what did they do to get to where they were? To be so cultivated, to be so clear in their minds, right? What did they do? So it takes the steps, right? It takes these steps. So number 1, precepts. Number 2, still minds and peaceful and no delusion. And now number 3, with minds tranquil and clear. Now that the minds are clear, right? You're staying laser sharp. You're focused. Your mind's tranquil. You know what's happening around you, and you know what other people are doing, and you are very clear. You know that you don't have, it's not like you have to, sell off all your assets to donate. You don't have to, but you are now focused on thinking, what can I do to help these people, right? So it's tranquil, it's clear, and then you make your vows. The vows isn't just tied to, I'm going to help 100 families. It's greater, it's bigger. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to do everything that I can do to help these people. Vows are made, and they are not just specific. I'm only going to do this. I'm going to, donate $1 million. I'm going to become, a volunteer next year. I'm going to be certified 2 years later. No, it's much greater than that. Greater in terms of duration, greater in terms of purpose. Vows, vast as the universe. That's what they did. So when you're clear and laser focused on helping and transforming the sentient beings, you begin to make the vows. You set your goals. You set your objective to be far, to be wide, to be deep, to be long. That's what you're doing. That's what they did. They're not afraid to say that that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm willing to do. And a lot of times, this takes courage, because people are going to be responsible for what they said, for the vows they made. So a lot of people are afraid. They're fearful to making grand vows because they feel that they cannot make it. They feel they're not there yet. And Master always tells us that this path is a continuous journey. It's not like I'm telling you, I'm making the vow that will be done in the next 10 years. It's even longer than that. And it would take lifetime after lifetime to continue, to accumulate, to continue, and to eventually reach that objective. And even then, it is not end. It is not the end. It is continuing on. So making vast vows requires that courage, requires that determination. Why? Because the vow is going to take a long, long time. It's vast, it's wide, it's deep, and it's grand. So when you make these vows like this, vast as the universe, the next thing you have to do is to remain unwavering, because there are going to be times when you're tired, when you don't want to have any of these nonsense, and you think to yourself, I'm done, I'm out, right? There are going to be times like So how do you stay unwavering? So these are the two things they did. When their minds are clear, when they are staying laser sharp focused, they make great vows, and then they remain unwavering. When you're able to do this, then you're able to achieve the greatness that they have already achieved. It's in your future, right? When you set your objective to be very, very high, and then you remain unwavering, yeah, one day you're going to get there. But we don't know when this one day is going to be. But you will get there. If you continue to remain unwavering, you will get there, right? So Master said, ordinary beings look at everything with a very narrow mind and judge right and wrong from their own perspective and emotions. That means you're still attached. You're still bound by these perspectives and emotions. Master told us that when we are informed of all the things that's happening, right? All the negative things, the disasters of suffering happening around us, we begin to have a much spacious mind. Our minds begin to open up. It's no longer just about my troubles. It's no longer just about my problems. Now you're beginning to think more about other people. And then you see what other people are doing. Then you begin to think about, well, if they can do that, maybe I can do that too. If they can do that, I will follow and I will learn from them. And when you begin to do that next step, your mind becomes even more spacious. There are countless possibilities that you didn't know you could do, but now you can. So you are not judging right from wrong from my own perspective and emotion. You're now judging, or you're now seeing through the lens of, this is what's happening in the world. And this is what a lot of people are already doing. And now I'm going to have a more perspective about what is right or wrong, because the mind is more spacious. So a Bodhisattva's mind is very spacious. You're not tied down by your own perspective and emotion. In whatever Bodhisattvas do, they can always see with great clarity. And that is a result, right? When you're not thinking about, you don't like somebody, okay? It's not like we like everybody, right? There are people that you don't like 100%. There are people that you don't really, really like. There's always going to be the case. But when you are on the same team with them, when you have to work with them, you're not thinking about our petty differences. You're not thinking about my perspective. I don't like you. My emotions, I hate your guts. But when our mind isn't so narrow anymore, when we're thinking we're on the same team, we are here to help these people. And let's put away our differences. Let's put it aside. I can't remove them, but we can put a new focus. The focus isn't just about me and you. The focus is, we got to get this thing done. And it doesn't matter if I like you or not. It matters that let's work together to make this thing happen, right? Here, it doesn't tell you that you got to do this by loving everybody. You can't. There are people that you just don't like, and we're not there yet. But what you can do is you can shift your priorities. The priorities right now isn't to hate other people or not liking them. It's still there, right? You're not removing that priority. You're just inserting something that's even more important on top of that. And that becomes your new priority. So all of a sudden, it's not so important compared to your new priority, which is being informed of what's happening around you, all the sufferings, and then be informed of what other people are doing about this suffering. And then making that mind, making that decision. What decision? Vows vast as the universe. Making that decision, taking that step forward, moving that stride and saying to yourself, other people are doing it. Why am I so different? Am I so different from them that I shouldn't? And they've shown you doing something like this isn't so dangerous, isn't so bad that, like somebody fell off the cliff and you don't want to do that. But following their steps isn't bad. You look at their share, you look at them and you listen to their sharing, and you know that they're doing great. In fact, they're always telling you this is the best decision that they've made, is to make these great vows. And we're seeing from the All Sutra that this is exactly what the Bodhisattvas have done. And we're seeing a lot of our role models here in Tzu Chi. We're seeing this in the Bodhisattvas here in Tzu Chi also. And we're seeing that from Master, right? So vows vast as the universe. And then unwavering. In 2 years, we'll reach 60 years of Tzu Chi. How, that's 60 plus years where Masters focus, remain laser sharp and unwavering. So do we want to do that? If I can focus on one thing that I'm doing for 60 years, I would be successful too. But why didn't I? Well, now let's focus, right? Focus, stay informed of what other people are doing about these things, and then make that vow. And then don't waver. So that's what the Bodhisattvas have done. And that's how they are able to get to where they were. So once again, we're always saying that this is a tool book. This is a tool book to tell us that what can be done, that what should be done. And this is telling us if we want to do it, we can, but it's up to you. So today, what we've heard, what we've listened, very simple, right? To get to where the Bodhisattvas are, right? They are, they have the clear mind, great clarity. They're doing all these wonderful things. How did they get there? Well, number one, Master told us the Master's way, Tzu Chi way. Number one, stay informed of all the suffering, all the things around you. Know that this world isn't safe, even though we're living a very safe life, right? Know what's happening around you. Know what other people are doing about these things that's happening around you, and make a decision for yourself. Take a vow, take a step, and don't let this be a small step. Be courageous, be bold, be brave to make that stride, because other people have done it too. It's not like we're asking you to risk your life. No, it's not. We've seen people do it. We ourselves have done it too. So let's do that, right? And then let's work together so that when you're shaking, when you're not so sure, people around you help you so you remain unwavering. That's important. That's what we have done. That's what we learned from the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. So that's the sharing for today. Thank you all, and I wish that all of you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Brother Joe, for the great insights and sharing with us the mindfulness and practical aspects for our practice. Before Brother Joe goes, perhaps maybe you can open our videos and we can take a photo together. Okay, so Sister Lily, you can take the photo, or Sister Effie.
OK，当然了，对了。
Okay, thank you, Kanan, so much. All right, so we move on to the next session from Taiwan. We go down south to Singapore. So we're two sharers for this session, Sister Susan and Sister Yanti from Su Ching, Singapore. Is going to share with us collaborative partnership. Now, collaborative partnership or collaborative work is one of the four all-embracing virtues. And let's hear the insights that both sisters are going to share with us on this aspect. Platform is yours, Sister Susan.
Okay, thank you, Brother Chin. Good morning to all. This is Susan from Singapore. I will be sharing today's subject together with Sister Yanti. Both of us are from the ECO team. So let me start sharing my slides first. Okay. Share some. Okay, so this is the one. Is it visible, the slides?
Yes, we can see
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sharing through a slideshow, so I can't see the reaction from all. Okay, so the subject we're going to share today is collaborative partnership. Through the works of Eco Mission, we have actually done a lot of partnership with the external partners in the commercial world or the social space. So today we like to take on the works of the Eco Mission team to share with everybody what we have gone through in collaborative partnership. In fact, partnership is one of the SDG goal in the United Nations goals. So this is actually something that for a sustainable management or sustainable development of a mission work, this is actually very important regardless, is it for eco or is it for other mission work that we are doing. I think this partnership is very important for us because no one organization can be so superior to be operating or to be doing the works by itself. When there's a collaborative partnership, the exponential of outreaching and exponential of what we want to share with the external world is much, much greater because every organization has its own strength and weaknesses. And Tzu Chi's strength is really the philosophy that our master has given to us and the commitment of volunteer. That is our strength, which in a partner in the external world, they do not have this, but they have maybe the resources, they have powerful resources, they have connections that we do not have and things like that. That's why collaborative partnership is really very important for us to move on or move to the next level of work in the social space. So this for the eco team, we have been doing small, medium size and large size event over the years. For the team, we strongly believe that we always have to do whatever we like to do with the external party. First of all, ourselves, have we done it or not? Are we able to do it or not? So one event that we in the Singapore team has done over the years is this Green Fair charity that started in year 2000, and every year as this fair is being run, the eco team actually evolved and grew over the years more of eco-operational way of running a very big event. How we come to that is we strongly believe what Master have told us, sustainability as source. So regardless of whatever activity or event we want to run, we should not, because of us wanting to run an event, we are generating a lot of waste. So through the years, the team kept looking, okay, this is a big event. We need to run this event, but how can we, while running an event, not adding additional burden to Mother Earth? And through the years until right now this year, it has just been more progression, and the team has very concrete experience year by year, hands-on how to run a event in an eco-friendly manner from various possible perspective or angles. So this is ultimately ultimately this is what we want to reach and achieve in an event that even the visitor who come to the fair are also mindful and aware that this charity fair is a green fair, and they came prepared with their own containers, their own shopping cart to do their shopping, and then on site is as much minimal waste created. And if there is, the team is also there to help to do the recycling part of it. And all things are actually any materials, education materials they make out of their own hand. So years by years internally through our event, we have a lot of practices in that. So for the eco team, this has been the goal and direction for the Singapore team, is to raise environmental sustainability in community and expand our reach to more people. This goal and direction has been set almost 20 years or 20 odd years ago in the Singapore team. As just now, brother Joe has also in his sharing, he say unwavering goal and direction set. If it's once is a good goal and direction set, and how do we usually set our goal and direction? Always based on the teaching of masters. So with a good goal and direction set, we have to stay unwavering on our goal and direction. That will then ultimately bring us to the destination we want to reach. If the goal and direction change every 5 years or every 10 years, the is not that possible easy to reach to the destination. But once you stay unwavering, regardless what kind of event we run, what small, big, medium size, we are very focused on that. Oh, this is our goal and direction. The way we design the event, the way we design our operation, we will be able to achieve this. So through this one statement that is so simple, that is many angle, and this statement actually, if you pay attention to it, it says in the community. So to raise environment sustainability awareness is our work, our mission we need to do. But when we do this internally and get ourselves up to that kind of a level and standard. And ultimately, the bigger direction, the bigger goal, the bigger thing that we need to do in order to safeguard Mother Earth is we need to raise this out into the community and expand our outreach to more people. It can't be just Tzu Chi doing environment sustainability. How many count do we have? Even we add up the whole world, we are just a small percentage of the world population. To really safeguard Mother Earth is to really outreach to the outside Tzu Chi, this world, then that consolidated effort, that consolidated habits from the external world is much more impactful or more effective in safeguarding Mother Earth. So in the community, who are they? They are our partners. Partners are in the community that they have the avenue to reach out to more people. They have different group of people that can be outreached, which is beyond just Tzu Chi. So that is why partnership is so important. But we use the word collaborative. So through the so for us, when we extend to the external world to have a partnership, our duty, our role really revolve around to safeguard Tzu Chi mission philosophy. When we are safeguarding our philosophy, at the same time, we need to ensure we are on track of our goal and direction. That is unwavering of our belief, of our master philosophy. We can't, because we are collaborating with external partner who do not have similar or same philosophy or mindset of how Master want us to safeguard the Mother Earth as a sustainability source. Just because we want their partnership, we say, okay, let's compromise this, let's compromise that. But those compromise, are we on track of our goal and direction? If it's not, we shouldn't be affected by them and say, oh, okay, I go your way. Why are we in Tzu Chi today so committed? It's because we strongly believe in master philosophy and teaching, how each mission work should be done. We embrace it. If we embrace it, we must have the confidence to communicate, to share sincerely with the partners, the external partners, our master idea of what is Tzu Chi Eco Mission about, and not being affected by the external partner. Maybe, to be quite frank, external partner, they have different objective in doing an event. But that objective, does it change our goal and direction. If it does, we have to see how we come to a so-called a mutual agreement that we are not accepting something that harms the Mother Earth or totally break our mission philosophy. At the same time, still meet our partner goal and objective. So that's why I say it's a collaborative partnership, which is the word collaborative is very, very important. But how to have this collaborative partnership? Through our experience working with so many partners externally, is about sharing our master idea of our eco mission very sincerely, very truthfully, from the very, very first meeting that we have with the partner, and not being too polite. I'm sharing quite frank here. Sometime when some of our volunteers, when they go out and have discussion with external partner, they tend to be so polite, reserved, and not very clear. Just our brother Joe also say clarity. We have to be very clear how to the external partner on the very first meeting. This is Tzu Chi Eco Mission philosophy. This is what we want. This is what our goal and direction. We want sustainability as source. And I remember many years ago when the Singapore society think that we are a religious organization, we have a hard time, but we insist we must wear our Tzu Chi uniform. Then we will participate in your activity. Do not ask us to wear your uniform. So these are things that need to be clearly expressed to our partner right at the first meeting, and also at the same time convince them why master's idea of the mission, how she want the philosophy really is the right way. Yeah. And as we work with partner, we take one step at a time. So despite that what works we are doing is so diverse, so wide, it's our duty to share with them right from the first meeting what is it all about. But how do we ultimately reach our goal? We have to take one step at a time and keep having very active interaction with the partner in a very down-to-earth manner. No, how should I say? No, like going out of the box and make it like, wow, this is so fantastic. Like no over promising as well. Very down to earth and tell them, okay, at this stage, at this point, this is so much Tzu Chi can contribute to this year event. Even though they say, oh, I know you Tzu Chi can do this, that. But we stay very, very honest and say, no, of course we can do that. But then to partner with you, we could only have this number of volunteer, and this is so much we can do. Take one step at a time, no hurry. Just tell them, okay, this year we do this. Let's do a long-term plan. We don't want them to touch and go one time and go. So we say, okay, let's do this year. Let's do it well. Next year we upgrade, we do another step. This is how we work with a collaborative partner, and we will run long in the partnership, and not like 1, 2. Of course, there are some that is 1 year, 2 year, or 1 time, 2 time, or just 1 time. There's always such cases, but there are also good cases whereby we run for long, and this is what we're going to share with you today, one of our very good partners. However, saying so much of all this, the opportunity when the team can really have that very influential, big impact to the society, these kind of opportunities are given to a prepared team. So just now in the earlier slides, I mentioned the team has always been there doing internal programs to run it. So this, we have been preparing ourselves. We need to be a bit prepared then. So when the partner can say, okay, now I want to collaborate with Tzu Chi. This is what I need. I wish Tzu Chi to do. Is the team ready? If the partner say, I wish Tzu Chi to do this, it's an opportunity given to us. But if you don't have a prepared team, we have no choice. Then we have to turn down. This is where how we have been working with the partners. So the team must always be prepared. So today the main point I want to share here is the influential impact via external partnership. Yeah, so this is we start from advocacy. So the social impact we want to bring here is we start from advocacy to influencing the organizer. So in the beginning, we will be probably there just doing the most basic work that everybody know. Oh, Tzu Chi is very good in recycling, but at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is to influence the organizer. So from very small scope, when a bigger scope, and more recognition and more so-called operational policy contribution from us, and they're willing to adapt to it. That is called influential. So here you can see on the left-hand side, the top two box here, we started with this just recycling, sorting, just standing there doing advocacy, and ultimately the collaboration just went deeper and deeper, and it's really stronger and stronger. And ultimately, we are being so recognized that we are even invited to actually flag off the run together with the sponsors, the ministers, and other so-called senior management from the company. And this year, 2024, as you can see in the lower banner here, this year 2024, we went into a much bigger scope of collaboration with them, and on their marketing and publicity of the run, they have used many of Tzu Chi volunteer images like this, a lot of Tzu Chi pictures in their publicity and marketing materials. That is where just I mentioned, through partners, our organization, our volunteer is outreaching to more people. Their media exposure outreach is a different group of people, much more exponential. So this event is called Income Eco Run, and this photo here you can see it's this year. Remember, just on the photo we only have recycling bins, so that probably like I remember in those years we are maybe like less than 20 volunteer activated, but this year, because of so many years built up, the collaboration have become very comprehensive and much more bigger scope. This is the team that we brought with us to partner with them this year. And this is the main, I mean, for a run, there's always a finishing point and a starting point whereby the runners will gather. So this is the main gathering point, and you could see from this photo, it's filled with so many Tzu Chi volunteers. If I did not tell you this is an event operated by external party, you may think that, oh, this is another Tzu Chi event. What is that? Because of so many of, you can see our Lantian Baiyuan all over the main place here. Yeah. So this year, 2024, it was done in March or June. You see on the left hand side here, we actually have 6 stations. We used to be only taking station 1 and 6. Over the last few years, as we evolved, we started with 6, then waste management, and then we evolved into educational game, also small area educational game. But this year, 2024, we take, you see, look at the map here, we take the whole space here, which is the main gathering point, and we call it the Eco Village, and this is 100%. This space is taken up by Tzu Chi. So this year we have 6 stations instead, and it is called the Eco Village. And they have done a lot of publicity to say Eco Village managed by Tzu Chi Foundation. So the content, the content of this Eco Village, I will now pass over to Sister Yanti to share with you the in-depth content of how this Eco Village is being operated this year. Sister Yanti.
Sister Susan. Hi, brother, sister. I'm Sister Yanti. Okay, would like to share with you about what we did for the Eco Village in this 2024. So in these events, we have expanded from 2 stations, we expanded to 6 stations in total. And however, actually this 6 stations, we designed it based on our principle in the Eco Mission, so sustainability at source. And also we try to, this round we bring in the sustainability development goals into each of the station as well. Next. Okay, so the first station actually is from the top left, that is the educational interactive games area for visitor, and followed by the Jingsi retail, And the next one is waste management point, the third picture. And the bottom left side is the compassionate technology station, and followed by the food stall. In this case, we set up 6 booths for promoting a vegetarian meatless stall. And followed by the last one, the last stall is the washing bay. And in this case, for this project, right, this event, for Tzu Chi, actually, we are bringing the whole Tzu Chi out beside just eco mission like in the past. So this round, we actually bringing up to 5 functional team, okay, from the backend support till the front line. And all the stores actually station are zero. The whole events for Tzu Chi are zero operating expense. Means that we don't pay for the rental, we don't pay for the setup, marketing. All these rental, setup, marketing are fully sponsored by the organizer and sponsor. And they provide us full support, including providing two-way traveling, bus transportation for our volunteers, because this event need to be there at 5 a.m. plus in the morning. So some of the volunteers even need to be standby at the bus station gathering area at 4:30 in the morning. So that is very, very early for them. But however, for this event, right, we managed to outreach up to 5,500 participants, which is they are mostly new to Tzu Chi. And to support these 5,500 participants, we bring in 233 volunteers are activated. Next. Okay, so for the whole Tzu Chi, we activated and collaborated partners towards the aligned goals. This is something very interesting, because they are the first time that we collaborate with them with expanded so many stations, but yet this first expansion, we managed to convince them that we promote the meatless diet. So they agree with us and quite supportive with our goals. So the whole events are fully meatless diet. And next, we have the eco educations booth to promote like why we need to be mindful, to be more environmental care, okay, and sustainability as source in our daily living lifestyle. So we are showing that example. So we're bringing meatless diet as part of the very important practice, what they can do in daily in terms of protecting the environment. Also, for this events, right, there are no single use of disposals provided in all the Tzu Chi booth. And for the organizer wise, they also improvise every year their achievement in terms of be more green. So in this case, the right side photos actually is the last year we bring in the organizer to our eco charity bazaar, then let them see what we do, how do we do promote the meatless diets, okay, and the most important is in this case we are explaining to them meatless diet is to reduce the carbon footprint, and that's why they are being moved by this idea, and that's why we can implement this idea in this eco run village as well. Yeah, next. Okay, on the actual day on the events, we need to okay, there are some things that we need to face in terms of some uncertainty or changes. For example, like there are visitors around, but the runners may not visit the booth because some of them are too tired from the long distance running. So they are resting all over of the site location. So like what master teaching us, if people not walking in, we walk up to reach them. So in this case, for the eco education team, they change their mind and carry out all the mobile crops that they can to the whole site and outreach the runners and share with them the importance of the situation. Like let them know what is the situation of the current environment, and let them know that how we can do to improve it, to mitigate the situation. And behind the scene, for us, we believe that every activity in Su Ching actually is to unite and to groom the team. So in this case, there are two sides we are looking into. The first point is the teamwork. So we break the main task into smaller parts and ensure that every eco-volunteer has a task to do and to contribute on. On the other hand, about the whole events actually for the eco-educational area, we do we promote some games, and all the games, materials, handicraft, we use the reused materials. So this is actually to show the team that even towards outside partner or events, we still our main principle is not changed. In fact, it's very useful and we can use it. So the reuse the materials is also part of Su Ching culture in action. And other than this, in terms of action, inter-team collaboration and learning, like just now mentioned that we involve 5 functional teams. So talking about regarding to the behind the scene, we actually have many things to settle in terms of the item list, and we need to collaborate with different functional team. Like in this case, we can see the washing team, housekeeping team, like at the left picture. Okay, we're having the sifu to prepare all the cutleries and the plates, okay, because we want to implement the sustainable. So we must have the housekeeping teams or washing teams around with us this round. So we extract all the items with them together, go through the list and do the washing with them as well, because during May, Singapore, in fact, we have multiple events running for every weekend. So we understand that the washing team's school is all very very tired. So we tell them that don't worry, in this case we will mobilize the eco team. We're willing to learn and support them. So they just guide us what they need to do and we will do together. And other than that, another side is the logistic preparation. This is the first year that we are bringing so much function to the eco run. Other than 2, we become like 6 stations. So in terms of logistic preparation, of course, that is like six times higher in terms of item we need to bring. So we work with the logistic team to prepare like the item list, gather the item from different warehouses, and do the clear labeling, console them in the same location. So to ease the logistic team to pick up and bring it to the site. And okay, for the united action, just now the front 2 part actually is equal to our 共知共识, and this is actually another word called 共行. So before reaching the third action, actually we need to ensure that the front 2 part 共知共识 is clearly bring to the team. And other than the preparation during all the props preparation, we all are clear. But how about the rest of, because we totally have 233 volunteer crews around, we need to ensure that all of them are clear that why we are here and what each booth actually we are trying to bring it to the public, and what is their role in this case when they come to support us on the actual day. So on the site briefing, we invite the teams to come back to us just for the briefing. There are 70 volunteers coming back, like you can see from the left photos. The upper area, the bottom area, there are volunteers. That is during the rainy, because during the briefing day, later part is raining. So they need to stand on the opposite side to see us briefing on the another side. But that is not dampening their spirit. Okay, they're still at a high spirit where they want to listen. So we bring in them for every stall to move on to all the six zones section, to let them understand that what is the event goal, objective, directly from the event designer. In this case, our event designer are our Tongren, sister Susan's. Okay, so they straight away getting all this information from our team straight away. So they know that, okay, why we need to promote the meatless diet store and why there are compassionate technology store there. So every section has the key message and there's an interlink of every section. So even though everyone, like for example, maybe today I come from the washing bay helping to wash the dishes, but I am aware that why I am here today and what is the role of the washing impact towards the whole event. Also, the washing store, what sustainability goal they achieve in this event. So this has been brought out to this on-site briefing. So tomorrow at around 6 a.m. when everybody is up to the site, they straight away already align with the goal and start to move into action. Next. Okay, in this event is, I will say that Eco Run this year, there's a very unique part. We bring up the so-called 生活组 in Chinese, right? Mentioned housekeeping or washing team to the front. We bring it to the front. We wanted to let the public see our uniqueness, okay, valuable functional team behind other than core team. So this store called the Green Hand. The Green Hand actually, we rename it from the housekeeping team. We want to show them that it's not only eco hand, there are green hand as well to support, to make sure that this event is sustainable at source. So at the left side for the photo, you can see that there's a little board there. Every stall, every zones, we in Su Ching booth, right, we indicate what are the sustainability goals that achieved by each booth. For example, like Green Hand, you can see that, okay, what is their role? They're providing in the explanation to the participants that they are ensuring providing the cutleries, plates, and all this bowl. Okay, they're washing, hand wash to reduce the waste generated in the event. Okay, next photo. This booth actually is located not at the corner. It's just in front of the opposite of the eco educational booth. So after the runners just reach the point, right, they can see all the teams there in the transparent mode. So they can see everybody are washing, okay, and doing what preparing the place for all the 6 booth for the food meatless booth. So in this case, we really send our deepest gratitude to the Green Hand team. With them around, then we can make the whole event to be sustainable at source. During the whole events, right, our learning, we notice that actually we are still go back to the one same goal. Without it's unwavering, okay, it's still the same, purify the hearts towards the harmonious society. We're showing the 5,500 participants that how running events, regular running events can be done in a way that you can harmoniously to the earth as well and reduce the waste. And people can work together regardless the age, can work together to achieve the results. And the next point is opportunity are given to prepared team. In Su Ching, we have been practicing sustainability at source throughout our internal events, our yearly main events like the charity bazaar. But so, and during our environmental sustainability day monthly is a regular practice in our events. So for us, when we are facing out, naturally we are bringing out the same practice towards even we're seeing the public. So by practicing this, we are sharing with the public, the runners, what we have been doing, okay, to inspire them that why sustainability at source, IR, is very, very useful and important to our current situation. And the next one is taking one step at a time to down to earth manner, no rush, no shortcut. We spent 7 years sincere relationship building with the organizer, from just like Sister Susan mentioned just now, a simple waste management point, and start to become an eco-educational book, a very small one. Up to now, they're willing to provide us the support, full support, transportation, be it or marketing, and eventually we influence the organizer, and they also make a donation, which is actually, this is not part of our expectation as well. We believe that they must be touched this way, they're willing to support us. And all these are need to be done in 7 years in a very mindful way, to let them understand that what is Su Ching doing, bring them to our eco point, bring them to our charity bazaar, to see that what we are doing to align. And the next point is group volunteering. Through these events, right, group volunteering, we are very mindful to, like, okay, how to tell the volunteers that we are grooming this round. Even we are working out, collaborate with the external partner, we have to safeguard the churchy culture. Cannot compromise. Some of the things really cannot compromise, because that is very important for us. So we need to keep the neutral point, but yet not compromise our culture, and also impart the teaching and methods as guided by master. So everything that every agreements with the volunteers internally is work towards this goal. And next one, communication and companion. All the volunteers this round are actually in charge for the Windows, some each section. Some of them are new. So a clear communication in this case is very, very important. We cannot save it. In order to reach clarity, communication, like we spend lots of meeting, and meeting, another meeting after meeting, is if required, we have to do it, just to ensure that everybody is aligned, every sub-team is clear what they need to do, and during their planning is all aligned to our churchy mission, eco principle. And companion is very important. Whenever they need us, we always be there. We always at the back of them to support them. And eventually, when we see every small groups, sections, we lead the personal growth in this whole journey, is really priceless to us. Yeah. And okay, last not least, we are going to share with all of you about our video on the actual day. And
Incoming Eco Runners, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
So that is the video that has a good summary of all our volunteers. They are so coordinated. They just move so swiftly. You can see the beauty of the whole team. It's very beautiful. And this is what Master say, 个人的美就是全体的美. If today there is no unity, there's no years of internal practice internally in Su Ching, that the whole team are aligned. Going out to this event, you can see this very, very beautiful side. It's a beauty that that sometimes we ourselves also forgot that we have this very beautiful side that we bring to the external world, that people do see in their eyes. That is Su Ching. That is the teaching of Master Zhen. So do remember when we go out, especially to external places, we represent Master, we represent Su Ching. So our culture, the way we present ourselves, is very, very important. No matter how good we do operationally, no matter how good we probably can share in the external world, but today, if we don't have a beautiful team that have that mass image, influential power, whatever that we say we get a prize, award from the government, is nothing. That award 上台只有1分钟，台下是10年功。But that 1 minute of stage, people forget you very fast.
Sister
But the
Susan,
whole team,
Sister Susan, I'm sorry for interrupt you. Are you wrapping it up soon?
yeah, soon, yes. So our key goal here is really we want to spread master philosophy and influence the external power so that they ultimately can apply in their organization to create impactful outcome in the social and commercial space. That is really why we need to go out the external world. Last, just to wrap up with this video.
3, 2, 1.
这一天，近5000人集合在滨海堤坝，为保护环境开跑。
Healthy bodies, healthy minds, and a healthy environment. So enjoy the run, not just for yourself, but also for our planet.
英康环保竞跑除了筹募零废弃计划善款，另一个目的是达到环保教育。今年将近180位慈济志工到现场，不只是解说环保，而是做给你看。
今年呢，我们就承包了美食区用的这个餐具都是非一次性的，所以呢，我们就需要洗餐具。我们每一个档口其实有达到不同的 SDG 目标，尽量的把 waste 减到最低。
All the volunteers washing the reusable plates. That was a very amazing for me because I've never seen it before. It wasn't easy because there's a lot of logistics required, but we managed to pull through and sort out all the little details to make this happen.
除了美食和洗碗区，现场也有资源分类、游戏、慈悲感恩科技等区域，让大人小孩都能在轻松的氛围里省思环保课题。
因为环保是人人有责，省水省电这样。
I think it's quite nice that you other than helping them, really we also think of the like sustainability and also like a balance between them.
I think the partnership between Income Insurance and Su Ching has been a fantastic partnership because both organizations share the same values. The work that Su Ching has put in is very admirable in terms not just in Singapore but actually across the world.
今年的竞跑还有一个小巧思，小朋友身上的号码牌并不是普通纸张，
它是一个种子的纸张，你只需要把它撕烂，然后再埋进土里，再浇水，它其实就可能长成一个植物。我觉得太棒了，因为让小孩子有再次的学习机会，并不是每一件东西都是用完过后就可以丢，其实还可以再生。
Everyone plays a part in sustainability, and every small effort counts. So we hope that you can do your part. That will lead to a better future for all of us.
在新理斋的 小庆、林金坤为细华新加坡报道。
Okay, so thank you all for this morning's session.
Okay, thank so much, Sister Susan and Sister Yanti from Singapore. You know, when we started sharing, I was trying to understand the difference between cooperate and collaborate. And you have demonstrated to us that when you cooperate, we find the roles and divide the minds to do the various roles. But what you've shown in collaborative work is that you gather the hearts together and work as one. So to bring forth the caring heart and do the work with a serving mind. So thank so much for the great insights, both Sister Susan and Sister Yanti. Now from Singapore, we're going to travel all the way to UK, and we've got three sisters waiting. And I know it's very, very late in the night for you, probably about what, 12, or it's 1 a.m. or what, 2 a.m. right now, and for you in the UK. So we have Sister Avaley, we've got Sister Ling, and Sister Susan. Great to see you all. I heard of your names, Sister Avaley, before, when I used to travel to London quite a lot, twice a year actually, as you do occasionally. So great. I would like to hear from you about enduring love through trials. Now, it sounds a very interesting topic, and we look forward to your sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ching. So shall I start playing our slides? So okay. Great. Let me put up the full screen. Okay, that should be fine. So good morning, everyone. So we are from the UK, Avaley, Ling, and Su. So today we are updating everyone about the UK's refugee relief project. So why do we put the word trials in this title? Because this is about refugees, and so the refugees and immigrations are sometimes very difficult issues in the UK society. So looking at the recent news, can see the violence spreads in many cities, and they are targeting minorities and migrant communities, all arise from a attacking, like stabbing incidents in the UK. The fact that the UK immigration is getting more expensive and more restricted have already affected many families, and the situation is even more difficult for refugees. So we can see the public attitude towards migrants in the UK remain really opposite forces at the two ends of the rope. They are pulling each other. So the positive and negative feelings are equally strong. And in this challenging time, it actually reminds us Master's guidance during the racially motivated violence in Indonesia, like 20 years ago. Master was saying, healing wounds with love. So we're going to tell the story about our recent activities in the refugee apartment in Nottingham in the UK. So it's in north in the UK. So here in the picture is a lovely picture. So there is no hatred, there's no segregation, there are only love, laughters, unity, and one family. So the families in this apartment actually sit in the the middle of their asylum claim process. So in this status, they are waiting for their visa application decision. So there are still many uncertainties around their lives, and many difficulties as well, like mentally and also in terms of life, hope and so on. So in this status, they are in the UK, they are provided accommodation. So it's called a refugee apartment, as we normally say. And they are also provided about £50 per person per week benefit by the government. So £50 per person per week is about like £200 per month and £7 a day. And so just give an idea, what about the £50 per week look like in the UK, like standard living costs. So remove rent and electricity, water, like utility bills, because they don't pay in the accommodation, they don't pay this. It's all covered by the government. So basic living costs, like counting food, toiletries, like SIM card and public transportation. So statistically, the cost is about £300 each person every month. And the food is about 190 pounds to over £200. So so with this budgets, there is no eating out, no leisure, no like it's based on you're healthy, you don't need medications and you don't need clothing, shoes, and also you don't need to replace home accessories replacement. For example, if your pots, your cooking, your plates, your glass, or your probably oven broke, and you don't replace them because you don't have the money. Basically, it's like that. So so essentially, the refugee benefits, this number, like the £200 per person per month, it's essentially just cover the food costs in the UK. So if you were to utilize this amount of money, you have to, cut down your food costs in order to afford other living essentials. So so I try to live on £7 a day. I experiment myself. It does makes you think a lot of things, especially I could see the difficulty how my parents raised me and my brother. For years, they were really tight on budgets. And also for now, like for me, having a coffee time with my colleagues, used to be just like breathing air is very normal. It's even, the cost was even invisible for me. But now it's with this £7 a day, it becomes really luxurious for me. So we are very grateful for funds from the City UK and support from the Hualien headquarters. We were able to send relief to refugees in the apartment. So over the 2 years, we developed from like giving food items. We went to supermarkets and retail shop to the wholesale shop to buy food. And now this time we were able to give digital vouchers. So there are more choices and more flexibilities for them to spend on. So this voucher system is used by a lot of UK charities and also UK government, local governments as well. So I found this system like years ago when I served other charity, and then now I introduced this to the UK, and we can see that this digital voucher there are more choices, and they can. So when they have the voucher, they can use on the phone and select whichever supermarket they want to spend on. And in this system, we could also see what supermarket they redeem their voucher on. So with this information, we could actually see we can understand more of the needs. So before we just give food items, but now we can see that they actually redeem more on the clothing store. So actually before we weren't able to support this part, but now with this digital voucher, they have more choices for their living costs, to cover their living costs. And now we also have this digital registration. So they bring their ID, so we can verify their the number of families, because we are giving vouchers per person, so not just per family, but every person, including kids, they all have a voucher. So we have this digital system to do the name list, and so we could, with this information, we could also map out the service use, the information of the service user, for example, the nationalities in these apartments. So next time, for example, we know that there are lots of people from Iraq and Iran, Afghanistan and Sudan. So next time when we do the flyers and promotion materials, we could use a different language to provide information. And I just want to point out the young volunteer, Arisa Tsai. She's sitting next to me at registration. And at registration desk, you can see a lot of people as confusion, the confusion on their faces, because a lot of times they just don't know what will happen next and what they will receive and what will be the program of our distribution events. And Arisa has very, very nicely explained one by one, so every details, and they would ask what do they get and how do they get, and in different language, and they even have the translation program like on their phone, and ask Arisa to explain the detail to them. So it's about 100 families, and Arisa explained like 100 times over and over. I think it's a very very good example of patience and resilience for this volunteer, and Arisa is doing very good job at the registration desk here. So it actually calmed their emotion down, because when you give ID to somebody else, it's actually not really comfortable. So it makes me think what did last time I present my ID to someone else. The other side of the party is they're either someone I trust or someone who has authority. So I don't think we are at the authority side, but I could feel that the trust has built in this accommodation with those refugees. I could relate to this quote that trust is not a request, trust is earned. So we are not really asking like from higher position, ask their ID, ask for verification. But we are really humble ourselves because this is a giving love event. It's not like we are verify anything. We are not at authority side of the party. So why we have this trust built in this accommodation? So I could see, so later you will see this picture. You see like the volunteer, even for the kids volunteer, they are really humble themselves down in order to become equal to the refugee kids and to the recipients, and to give them love, the items and the love. And I really like the statements from the headquarters that the foundation is about compassion, equality, and love, and this applies all the Tzu Chi branches overseas, including, of course, in the Tzu Chi UK. So the next, we will have Sister Su and Sister Avaley showing the true story, real stories, how we build trust and how we earn trust in this accommodation. So next will be Sister Avaley.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Sister,
It's Sister Su.
sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you, Ling, Sister Ling. So, my part will share with you their education. In this next place, in this building, there are 134 kids, including the babies, in that whole building. So because of Sister Ling's team implementation of the digital registration, so it's so much easier. We can get a lot of information about their age and all the details, so that we can easily issue a stationery coupon. Can you go back to the previous page? Thank you. Yeah, you can see from this stationery coupon, then we have age, and we have their sex, boy or girl, and then the important thing is that we categorize into 4 groups from their age. Below 2 years old, categorized as nursery, and then 3 to 4 years old, reception. They go to reception in the school, and then primary age of 5 to 11 and 12 to 18 will be the secondary school. And then next, please. Thank you. So all this group of age, and then we will give them the contents of the stationery will be different. We give to them according to what they need and what they can learn. Example, from the age below 2 years old, they get a book that is a plastic book, so that they're not easily to tear, and they have a coloring, a small box of coloring, so that everyone need coloring. Everyone's need to learn color. So this is very useful for even age below 2. Next, please. Yeah, we need a lot of volunteers to pack into bags. So divided into 4 different groups and different things is very complicated and need a lot of manpower. You can see from the pictures. Now these young people, they just the first day they join in, they enjoy so much for all these packing up. Next, please. Oh, not this. Next. No, I think you shared the wrong, not this PowerPoint.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, I would download the.
How can I share? Go to. I can't see the. Can I just use like this?
Yes, you are. You can go down.
Yeah. So okay. From this, the distribution room is very small. You can see this room, very limited space. The space very limited. Only can accommodate about 15 children and with their parents. So we need to run batch by batch because we have 134 children. So we have to run about a few sections. And then our host the other day is Sister Ching. She's from Scotland. She's a teacher. So she's very good to hold all the children to pay attention to what she speak. And we have a section of spread the love. And we also introduce about the bamboo bank era. And she used the word tang tang. So everybody is concentrate on what she said. And the tang tang actually is a sound of power. What power is a power of leading and influence others. We can see the next one. I'll show you how is this. She lead one of the kid and then show him how to drop the coins into the bamboo bank. And then she let this boy to pass round to another person. And then another girl, and she dropped the coins, and then she has to use the bamboo bank to go around to another person. So this is called cycle of love. This is a very good from this section that we can spread the love and teach the children, the kids, how to pass their love from one to another one. And we come to this giving stationery packs, and all the volunteers, they give by the bow 90 degrees and very respect to the children, small children, and with the both hands. And come to these pictures, we can show you that the very, very small children, and they show the humanity and respect and love by because the children is very small, their height is lower, so they lower down, they kneel down to the same level with the children and the same eye level, and look at the children, so they have eye contact. So and bow and give with both hands of the packs. So we show the respects and love to them, even as a kids. And then a very good response is we can see when the children see the example, what we give to them, the packs, they also want to learn how to give to others, the other kids. So this picture is to show that the volunteer teach her how to do, and then demonstrate how to give the packs, and she do the same to others. So end up the afternoon sections, all the kids giving the packs to others. It's not the volunteers only, but the volunteer will stand by to side by side to teach them. This is a very good impact from the section of sharing. You can see the kids below the 2 years old, they need something they can hold, they can learn. So we not even miss out all these young age children. And we can see the happy smiles on their little faces that when they receive the bags or the packs, what they need. According to the Boroscott apartment, and the staff response to Su Ching that Su Ching is not the only organization. This Su Ching is the only organization that walk in to bring them happiness. You can see all the smiling face when the volunteers there, and they stick to the volunteers. All the children stick with the volunteers, and then they don't let the volunteers go away. You can see they have a bonding together, very good and very harmony. I would like to share a story about this lady. She's from Afghanistan, 24 years old, and she married at age 17. As soon as she gave birth to the first boy, and then she started traveling with her husband, carry the 1 year, less than 1 year boy, and then traveling towards Europe. She doesn't know how long she take, and she will reach to Europe or to UK. She told me that totally she spent 6 years to travel by foot. And then when she first 3 years traveling and stopped at Greece, and she gave birth to a second boy. So spent 6 years later, she finally reached to UK, and when we meet her this time, she's just arrived about a few months ago. But when I talk to her, she feel she still showing her positive, smiling face, very sunshine look and sweet. She don't feel like she's very cheerful lady. And when we finished the distribution, we visited her place. We can see her place, the 3 years old boy. He's so excited when we visit them. And then he insisted Su Ching to play with him, and then she so enjoyed it. Over the 6 years, Martab is a lady, has nothing much left, she said. But she still show very happy and very positive. And she very appreciates Su Ching this time, they brought happiness to her family. Next section, I would like to invite Avaley to give the sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Su. I trying to speed up. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to talk about our work at the our work in school uniform measurement in Boris Code. Because it's more than 20 countries represented in this building. Different countries have the different school systems of when they start the education. But in England, school age children usually have to wear a specific uniforms, including particular shoes. But each school has their own set of the uniform colors. So in colors, to best set the children up for school, taking the correct uniform measurement is very important. This allows the children with the children from their school to give them the confidence in belonging and reduce the reason why they are bullied. So So in this picture, we can see the because from the last years, the experience of providing the uniform by age, we deciding this year we're going to use in the traditional measurement method to make sure we get the measurement fitting right. We did this like the we measuring the children's shoes and take uniform measurement, and then someone will filling in uniform application slip, and after finish the application slip, then she will pass to the person who is key into the digital register, and in whole all the thing the parents will accompany by with us together, because the ensuring child safety and understanding, both parents and the volunteer are present with the child during the measuring. This is based on the child safeguarding, and to communicate to the parents and children this ensure they concern to what is happen. So when the volunteer, before the volunteer start, the volunteer will make sure will talk to the children and the parents, make sure they understand what is going to happen, or otherwise we are not allowed to touch the children's bodies. And especially in this room, the parents have to be with the children, not the children come by themselves. So they both have to have the authorize that. So when this on the right side, this is a school uniform, the school shoes the children have to wear in UK. So we have to, because these kinds of shoes they have to, it's expensive. So normally they don't have the money to buy these kinds of shoes. So they always go to buy the from the charity. So that's why we trying to measure their size and to make sure it's right. Next page, please. So for the foot measurement, the same age children normally have they have a various the size to fit of feet between each other, because all different. The body shape can differ even within the same height and weight. The feet shape appearing size also differ. So taking foot measurement individual, it will get the shoe size more preciously. Next one, please. So the uniform measurement done by the taking the chest and waist size, and as well as various body length. Then next, please. The Debbie Su, the sister Su is the sister Debbie. She will helping because she helped by sewing thousands of face masks for children and adults during pandemic. So that's why this time we asking Sister Debbie to volunteer to help taking the body measurement of the children, and also she got the DBS, and also she got the safeguarding the qualified level 2 as well. That's why it's better than we all can do like that. And the next page, please. So from this page, the right hand side, this is not mirror, but this is a twin girls. But you can see from their face, they are very exciting about the new uniform. When they know they will have the new uniform, they are very happy and looking forward for it. So next, please. For the uniform application slip, we doing like you can see we have a separate by the colors and size. It's a boy, girl, or body measurement, and so the boy will have the shirt, trouser, shoes, socks, and the girls have the difference from the skirt, and it's not socks, it's ties. So after the all writing down, the Nikita, our volunteer, will key in all the information on the paper slip into the computer. It's more efficient and easy to do for the purchasing. Recording for the also record for the future reference as well. Next, please. So that's the application table, what she key in. And next, please. So like I want to share this small story. It's called Mother's Ruler. Because the parents also get involved and share their knowledge with us. It's because this mom at that time, her son is having a school trip, so her twin boy is not here, and so but she want to she want to doing for her son. We asking her, but your son is not here. How you going to fitting in all the sizes? She said she know because she got a mother's ruler. So that's how she said she have a very special way to do the measurement, and that's how she measure it. She show us and asking us to help her from this is this picture is the waist. She using for her older son, she using elbow to fist and then plus 3 cm and by 2 times. That's her elder son's the waist, and her younger son is the elbow to end middle fingers, the palm together, middle fingers, and plus 3 cm, then the thumbs. And also the length is a heel to chest. Oh, sorry, this is writing wrong. It's not plus 3 fingers. It's taking off 3 fingers. It's the elder sons. And taking a palm wife is the younger son. That's how she measuring. So for the next page, please. So the follow master, the master Zhen Yan's food. Since 1968, mentioned. So give the right size as well. So from this, we learning from the master is the next page, please. And from the every year, all this document we learning from the next page, please. So maybe times and space and the people will changing. But the technology and the form may be different, but the Tzu Chi spirit and philosophy remains the same by following the master's teaching, principle, and practice. So next, please. So that's my sharing. Thank you. Sorry, it's over time. So I don't know we got time to doing in the last or not. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know we will overrun earlier a bit. Is there something you want to say to close up? Oh, you're done with the sharing?
Yeah, Ling.
So yeah, we just wanted to share the story of Darryl, this little boy, but maybe another time. But the next, so we also have English workshop starting in this refugee apartment, and maybe another time we could also invite other sisters to share as well. Thank you so much for listening today.
Okay, Kanan sisters all the way from UK, and I think it's almost 2:30 in the morning, right?
1:30.
1:30 in the morning. Okay, right. Your part about and during love with trials, I begin to understand where you're coming from. And we all throughout our life, we go through our tests, trials, and tribulations. But what you've demonstrated to us is when others are down, I mean, you focus on those who are down and forgotten ones, really. And you've demonstrated to us 4 lessons I can learn from you all. One is bringing joy when there is sadness, and giving hope when there is little, and dispensing peace when it is absent, and showing love when it is dry.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the very heartwarming sharing. And as we end this session for today, so let us offer 3 reverent bows to the Buddha. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. We also offer 1 bow to our board masters. Bow. Okay, excellent. Cảm ơn so much for another excellent sharing. And Sister Su Ching, you are there. As we close off, and thank you for staying back through, and hope to see you next week.
Hey, great. 感恩 Brother Chin and all the wonderful sharers. Sorry, I just reached Qingzitang. Maybe I don't want the video in the parking. And to Sister Avaley and the UK team, definitely we will allocate another slot. The sharings are very heartwarming. As usual, 如常真的是 Yeah, we keep in touch, sisters. 感恩 And of course, to our Singapore team earlier, very grateful. They are always very inspiring with new ideas. How we can bring these environmental protections and vegetarianism to another level. 感恩 Brother Chin.
Okay. All right, y'all have a good weekend.
Take care. Bye bye.
感恩 all the listeners. 感恩 see everyone next week.